Hi, my name is Lucas Berry,
And I'm Megan Liacano.
and we chose to do a child online safety / predatory awareness campaign called Invite Only. For the first question, how did the output improve through iterations? We can see in prompt 1, I kind of left it vague and left the AI to do the work itself and give me the ideas that I wanted to see. And then through the iterations with revisions and using the TRCEI framework, it kind of improved and focused in on exactly where we wanted it to be and really drilled in on the targeting on Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram and creating a basis to reach our target audience.
So when I was computing the images through AI, I noticed in the beginning my images didn't clearly communicate the message that I actually wanted to. As I continued to further these messages, I started adding more specific details into my prompts, such as the target audience, emotional tone, lighting, and exact scenario I wanted shown. So for example, instead of just saying online predator awareness, I described things like a teen posting a photo with location details being revealed, or a message thread that gradually becomes manipulative. I could see that these changes made the outputs much more realistic and visually consistent so that they can be easily identified.
So where my AI performed well, I would say, was the idea generation and the quick demographics that it can spit out for you. So when you're asking it to describe a target audience of 35 to 50 people with children, it spits out a ton of different statistics. It psychoanalyzes that entire audience and gives you really good points where you can communicate with them effectively. It also was really good at giving me the statistics to use in the ad campaign because it gives you all the statistics that it has knowledge of.
And then kind of to build off what Lucas said, it definitely helped me come up with different types to represent online danger using symbolism such as a phone acting as an open door or showing how a conversation can escalate over time. This honestly made the process go much faster and gave me a variety of ideas versus just me sitting there brainstorming.
So where did AI require heavy strategic correction? I found that it wanted to use its previous responses a lot. So you saw in prompt 2, I think I made a revision to take out the reference of the Smoking Kills ad campaign, and it still wanted to go back to that. So it had to be explicitly told to not use the previous responses. And then the second one was the tonality of our message. We didn't want it to be such an alarming thing that parents would get scared off entirely and start taking their kids' phones away. We wanted to use more of a moderate fear appeal, and correcting the tone was where it needed the most help.
And then again, to build off what Lucas said, through the images, at first some visuals leaned into a heavy fear appeal, which I didn't want that, and I wanted to include more of an action-based approach. So again, I wanted to make sure that every creative images was connected to the fear message, to something parents could actually do, which again, it shows that AI can generate ideas, but the overall strategy and messaging could be guided by the creator like us.
So the final question, what surprised me about fear-based message content creation, really was you can't push the fear too hard on the consumer because they may get scared off or ignore the ad completely. You want a moderate level that drives them into action but doesn't scare them off of your ad campaign, So we wanted to make images and make prompts and marketing strategies that weren't too scary for the parents of these children, but ultimately use that as an information basis to where they can go seek help and get more educated on the subject of child online safety.
Right, and then, like he said, pairing that fear with simple, approachable actions, such like a parents talking to their children or checking privacy settings, which will make the message much more effective and meaningful, and it also makes our campaign more responsible and an ethical approach.